Greetings, Dennis Daniels here. This is a trivial application, plan a birthday party, but the code that went behind it is actually, I think, quite useful for other people. Let me show you what I mean. I used Cursor as my IDE, and I used Cline as my robot LLM assistant. And what I initially did was I told it uh, to ask me a series of questions using uh, the MCP server called sequential thinking, which is right here, sequential thinking. And so I use the sequential thinking planner to ask me a series of questions. And in this case, I think I had it ask only 10 questions. And then from those 10 questions, it generated these planning guides for me. So I wanted it, here was the very simple, here was the beginning. This was the prompt I started with right here. And I didn't even specify the number of questions to ask. So I passed that to Klein, and then using the MCP server sequential thinking, it generated activities, it generated a planning worksheet, it generated a guide, all of that. And I was pleased. So I then passed this worksheet to Klein again, and I don't know if I actually help me plan a birth. No, I didn't actually write the instructions for this prompt. So I basically told Klein, create an application. Let me see if I can find it here. I'll scroll to the top. Okay, so here's all of the text for it, and now it does all of the thinking for me. Yes, I know that sounds as bad as it sounds. And then it finished the 10 questions. There it is. And now it's completed it, and it builds my guides, builds the guides. And now I created a README, and then it was completed. Now, here is my command here. Convert convert the planning worksheet into a Streamlit UI. Help me plan this project. And this is where I use my Klein rules. One of them is this one, and I think this one has been very informative. Uh, Ask only one question at a time. And if there are multiple questions, then use this kind of nomenclature so that so the user can rapidly choose. So it speeds up the Q&A process. Effectively, this is it's helping me create the software requirement document. And that's what it did. It went on from there to create the app, and then I asked it to create a sample birthday party plan. And here's the code that specifically calls this specifically calls birthday party plan, which you can download on GitHub, which you will find right here, and I will post this link in the video description below. It's a great POC, proof of concept, but I think most importantly, what it shows is an ability for people to start thinking about strategic planning, financial forecasting, product development, marketing campaigns, etc., whereby you start with in this case, help me plan a private equity takeover of the Social Security system to benefit the super wealthy of the United States. Then you could put that in as a prompt and your Grok AI would be happy to hand over the United States to the Republican Party and the broligarchy that controls it. Or you can make some more useful things like help me anticipate risks in a global, in a world of global change, etc. All right, thanks for watching and happy computing.